For some, it's home. For some, it's a step towards transformation. For some, it's the beginning of a wonderful journey with like-minded people.
Thanks to the teaching and mentoring activities and dynamic incubation center, I am now industry ready.
Engineering at Nitte includes aeronautical, civil, computer science, electrical and electronics, electronics and communication, information science, mechanical, biotechnology, MTech, MCA and PhD. Nitte also collaborates with reputed universities around the world to give students an international academic exposure.
At Nitte, the focus on research has not only helped me understand my subjects, but reach for the stars.
Nitte offers a unique co-op program and exposure to architects, artisans,
Nitte Deemed University, resource person for today's talk on the National Innovation and Startup Policy of the Government of India, and all the administrative officials, Registrar Madam, Pro, Vice Chancellor, and all my friends in the Nitte Deemed University family and student friends. We'll start the event today. Before I start and welcoming all of you, it's my pleasure that we are having Dr. Achar as a resource person today. He is a member of our own family, Nitte Education Trust. And thank you, Dr. Achar, in spite of your busy schedule, you accepted our invitation to talk to us. I will give a brief introduction of Dr. Ananta Padmanabha Achar. He is presently the Chief Executive Officer of the Atal Incubation Center at Nitte. This is a prestigious project under the Nitte Education Trust and University. And before joining our Nitte family, he is basically, I should say, academician. And he has been associated as the Dean of Justice K. Segde Institute of Management Nitte for 4 years and Director of Sayadri School of Management Studies, Mangalore, and very large portion of his academic career, around 21 years as professor in the Manipal group of institutions. And he has occupied several administrative positions in Manipal, Head of the Center for Small Business Management, Chairman Placement Committee, Student Welfare Officer, and so on. He is a specialist in Human Resources Management and Entrepreneurship. And Dr. Achar is actively involved in conducting training programs. In fact, today also he is conducting an entrepreneurship development planning training program for stakeholders in MSME and agriculture sector. He had conducted nearly 100 plus short-term and long-term executive education programs for both SMEs and large-scale industries. He has conducted several research projects in the area of poverty alleviation. Friends, basically a commerce person, postgraduate in management from Mangalore University and PhD in human resource development from Manipal University. Not only that, he is a researcher, trainer, and more than simple person, simple human being. And he has got several awards to his credit. He is honored with HDFC BCCI Outstanding Achievement Award in the National MSME Conclave, jointly organized by HDFC and Billava Community, Billava Chamber of Commerce at Mumbai in the year 2019. And more than that, he was recognized by our Krishna Math, Udupi, Krishna Guru Prasasti by Udupi Sri Krishna Temple for his contribution to rural development. Friends, his achievements are more. He is with us a member of our NITE family. Welcome, Dr. Achar, among us for today's talk on National Innovation and Startup Policy, because Ministry of Education and AICT is particularly very much active to create an ecosystem. In this regard, our Vice Chancellor is very, very active. He has constituted his Institution Innovation Council with several senior people as coordinators and student members. We wanted to actively create an environmental and ecosystem for our students to bring their ideas to a prototype, later become an entrepreneur. And this is the idea of setting up this IIC. Under this banner, several activities are being planned under the leadership of our dynamic Vice Chancellor, Dr. Professor Satish Kumar Bhandari. I welcome, sir, for you this second activity in this thing. I also take pleasure in welcoming all our faculty, principals, deans of constituent colleges, student members, and all of you for this important talk by Dr. Achar on National Innovation and Startup Policy. Policy given by the government for all the higher educational institutions. Before Dr. Achar delivers his address on this topic, may I now invite our Vice Chancellor, Professor Satish Kumar Bhandari, to give us some introductory remarks.
Very good morning to each one of you participating in this webinar. I congratulate Professor Sriniketan, the convener of Institution Innovation Council, for conducting this webinar. And I understand this is a third program happening in this month under Institution Innovation Council. Professor Dr. A.P. Achar, good friend of mine and our own from our Nitte family, who is the CEO of Atal Incubation Center, Nitte, and he has agreed to be part of this program. And he'll be talking on national innovation and startup policies. I welcome him on behalf of the university. And just now we had another program, EDP program conducted by AIC in Nitte. It will be happening conducted for the next 4 days, 5 days actually, 5 days program. It was really interesting. I had the opportunity to meet some senior people in the entrepreneurship and innovation, Dr. MUDRA and Dr. Pushpa Rao. It was very interesting. I congratulate again Atal Incubation Center for actively conducting this entrepreneurship skill programs through its various projects. My colleagues from Nitte University and my dear students, I deem it my privilege to be participate in this webinar and say a few words about our efforts to do entrepreneurship training program through the university. The mission of, as you know, our university is to develop the university as a center of excellence in generating competent, skilled manpower to face scientific and social challenges of integrity and social concern. And for any nation, for its growth, innovation and entrepreneurship, skill of the people is very important. This particular aspect has been well understood by the university. Today, research and innovation has become an integral part of higher education. And again, I always quote Germany, because they are the pioneers in developing country by introducing innovation and entrepreneurship skill in the university. Now you know, they started in the early part of 19th century with the university dedicated for research and innovation. That changed the whole scenario of Germany, and the industries bloomed in Germany, and it became a very powerful industrialized nation. Our district, again, I'm quoting because all of the guest faculty, they were recognizing the importance of undivided Dakshina Kannada district. It has a very great history and culture of entrepreneurship. And we are known for entrepreneurial skills among our youth. And we have started a lot of entrepreneurial ventures by joining hotel industries. Our people migrated to in the early part of or the second part of the century, previous century, to Bombay, and they started hoteliering, and they cultivated this entrepreneurial skill among all the generations, and now you know that Udupi brand of hotels has become throughout the world very popular. And as I said in the morning also, the 4 nationalist banks were started from our district, and that shows the entrepreneurial skills of our people, our youth. And what is required is nurturing the skills of our people, entrepreneurial skills, and creating an environment of research, innovation, and skill among our, particularly in the younger generation, in the schools. That is very, very important. I am very confident that the present youth are actually more enterprising compared to us, and definitely can be motivated and maybe made successful entrepreneurs by conducting entrepreneurial development programs. And for that, we should also think in terms of encouraging startups in this part of the world. As you know, under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, the government has taken a lot of initiatives like Skill India, Make in India programs, and it's encouraging the youth to venture into entrepreneurship and startups. I am glad to note that the recent survey shows that the number of startups in the country has gone up to 50,000, which is a really wonderful achievement by our entrepreneurs of the country. And now India is known as a startup hub in the world. As you know, new entrepreneurship always requires innovative bent of mind among the people, and particularly this COVID situation has made us to think about encouraging startups in this country, because COVID has affected the industries and has caused loss of job, and even the economy is in a disarray, and we have to do something to improve the economic situations. And innovation startup culture in higher education is also need of the hour, and we have to formulate suitable policy frameworks and guidelines to encourage research and innovation ecosystem in the universities. Nitte University has decided to create this ecosystem by providing necessary support for startups by students and faculty of the university, and all startups can utilize the existing infrastructure, like laboratories and special testing facilities provided by the university in the university campus, and also its sister concerns in Bangalore and Nitte. They can use the incubation facilities provided by Atal Incubation Center at Nitte under the leadership of AP Acharya, and also they can use the technology enabling center provided in the university under the leadership of Indrani and India Karnasagar. Nitte University also is in the process of creating additional infrastructure and facilities for innovation and incubation. And I'm very happy to tell you that Nitte University has constituted a committee to formulate startup guidelines to facilitate and support the faculty and staff and the students to participate in innovation and entrepreneurship related activities. It's very appropriate that to understand that innovation, the procedures to be followed. The Innovation Council has organized this talk by a very eminent person, Professor AP Acharya, who is the CEO of AIC, and who is knowledgeable about starting startups. I hope all the participants who are participating and also our officials of the university will be benefited by this webinar, and they will be able to guide the university in framing guidelines for startup and creating a startup policy by the university. Wish you all the best. May God bless you.
So thank you very much for your introductory and opening remarks. And as the Honorable Vice Chancellor has put it, the Nitte deemed university is in the forefront of preparing as startup guidelines for our own faculty, students, and supporting staff. And hopefully, it will be in place shortly. And now, our friend, our member of the Institution Innovation Council, Dr. Achar, will be talking to us on the governmental policy on innovation and startup. I now request Dr. Achar to deliver the presentation material.
Is it visible? My PPT is visible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
You can go on, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts on national innovation and startup policy for student and faculty. It's a great honor. A brief intro before starting the policy that in the few initiatives taken by MHRD Innovation Cell in the year 2019 has resulted in setting up of Institution Innovation Cell, Atal ranking, and also the International Hackathon, which has been very successfully done in last 2 years. Institution Innovation Council is mandatory for all the Institute of Higher Education as per the policy of National Innovation Startup Policy of 2019. This will step it. And very important aspect is that Atal ranking is started by MHRD, which talks about some parameters. All the institutions are in a rat race to get higher ranking in this Atal innovation ranking. In fact, important parameters are how much budget is allocated for startup and entrepreneurship facilities. Second is what is the kind of infrastructure. I think this year we have Atal Incubation Center. I think we are one among the 50 institutions in the country to have this facility. I hope you will be getting more points in ranking this time. Third is that creating awareness about promotion of business idea generation and innovation. As Vice Chancellor rightly said, entrepreneurs are not born, they're made, but everybody cannot become entrepreneur. Because of this British education system, everybody want to become employee after completion of graduation, but we need to change that mindset. So institutions should do a lot of awareness and promotion program to motivate youngsters to become an entrepreneur. The fourth one is entrepreneurship development program. If somebody has a desire to be an entrepreneur, what next? And what is the kind of support we provide? So I think Nitte, this year we have Atal Incubation Center. Anyone who has a desire to be an entrepreneur, an idea, will help them to convert into a product and product to commercialization. So these are the innovative method. How would we conduct this awareness program? Not traditional way. So we are planning for a Kaun Banega Udyogpati contest this year. Maybe we can do one for Nitte University. We're planning for a state level competition. So when you do this kind of competition with huge prize money, and I think students and faculty members will be motivated to take up entrepreneurship as a career option, and innovation governance of the institution. And most institutions, not medical but management engineering, their focus is only on providing employment. They keep prioritizing that we provide 100% placement, we provide this many company visited, but they must change their focus that we provided this much of support to the student and this much student become entrepreneurs. MHRD initiative says that all colleges should change their vision, saying that we provide 100%, we convert 100% placement, 100% students as entrepreneurs, and we don't focus much on the governance. So this coming to the National Innovation Startup Policy for student and faculty, it was announced on September 11, 2019. It is a part of Startup India and Stand Up India program. I'll give you just brief idea about it. I think all of you have this policy. I'm sure you have read this. Important aspect covered in the policy is strategies and governance for promoting innovation and entrepreneurship. As I told you, the vision should be that, I think except medical colleges, that all students should be given enough opportunity and motivation to become an entrepreneur. And this policy also given norms for faculty and student to driven motivation and startups. Unlike in West, in India, faculty members are not allowed to do business in the campus or to start a startup But this policy says that all institutions should frame a policy to encourage students to set up an enterprise within the campus, along with the teaching assignment. Then pre-incubation and post-incubation. So as we can say that entrepreneurs are not born, but they are made actually. To make an entrepreneur, we need incubation and pre-incubation support. Some people have an idea, but they want to convert into a product. When they convert into a product, they need support to go to market and all other launching formalities. And institute should have an ecosystem where they're getting all the support. Collaboration, co-creation within. This is a very, very important aspect of the policy. The policy says that academic institution and industry should work together to co-creation. So we are working with IBM, where the mentors of IBM and the aspiring entrepreneurs work together to create a new product. So we're doing hackathon with IBM, with E&Y. Similarly, I think Nitte should tie up with more number of industries for co-creation. Instead of academy working alone or industry working alone, if industry academy come together for sharing knowledge and or even student and faculty can co-create a product. A faculty from academia and experts from industry can create a product. So it gives a lot of scope for co-creation of the new product. Among all these provisions, for me, most important part of the policy is that, am I audible to all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me highlight 4 important aspects of the policy. One is the creation of innovation fund for supporting innovative project. The policy says that universities and institutions should earmark 1% of their total revenue for innovation fund, which is used for maybe giving seed money to the entrepreneurs or conducting a development program. It is mandatory for all the institutions to allocate.
Yes, sir.
1% of their total revenue for this fund. I am sure Vice Chancellor will be making arrangement for contributing 1% to this innovation fund, and we can do a lot of other activities also. The second important feature for me, according to me, is that academic break for a semester or a year for a student to take up entrepreneurial activities. So for student has 2 problems. If they in a semester there is attendance problem also, they have attend minimum 90% of the classes. So this policy says that if a student is working for a good product development, want to become an entrepreneur, he must be given a break for a semester, a year, and can come back with this product, or he should not have an attendance shortage. Suppose out of 90 classes come for only 30 classes also, the attendance shortage should be made good. So this is an important part of the policy. Second, it says that for faculty and students, for faculty we have a FSL system now. Right now, the more emphasis on research publication. This policy says that if a faculty come out with a new product, or if I create a new startup with the student, he must be given more importance than research publication, but because this is more important for the college to nurture entrepreneurial talent. Third important factor is that 2 to 9.5% of the equity stake in the studies. If a college provides all the facility for the student or a faculty to start their enterprises, the college can take maximum 9.5% equity. A college should provide free services. They should not charge for any facility provided, but the college can take 2 to 9.5% of the equity in the new startup company. And one more thing is that if a student develops an IPR, the student should have the complete ownership. If a faculty develops an IPR, then the faculty should have an ownership in college, and institute should not claim the ownership in the IPR. These are the 4 important aspects of national innovation and startup policy. Strategy and governance, major goal that they should not be, the goal should not be providing employment. It should be converting outgoing students as entrepreneurs. A decision-making hierarchy should be simple. So if somebody comes up with a request that I want to start up my enterprise in the campus, what is the process? Whom do we approach? This has to be made very clear to everybody. And then awareness of entrepreneurship and innovation agenda inside the institute. All constituent institute of a university should conduct a large number of awareness programs. First, people should understand what the dynamic of entrepreneurship, and then a culture of innovation has to be spread among the students, and student and faculty should be trained in entrepreneurship development. And entrepreneurial activity will be integrated with all departments. Like we have incubation center in Nitte. This is for the entire group actually. So all institute should closely work with incubation center, and all our ED activities should be aligned with the main incubation center. ED should not be restricted inside institute boundaries, should be regional or social level. Nitte being the leader in the region, we should not restrict our activity for promoting entrepreneurship only among students of Nitte. They can also encourage students from other colleges. We can invite them to our campus. We have the best biotech laboratory. We have Technology Transfer Center funded by DST. We have Atal Incubation Center. I think IIC should create a lot of awareness in the region, saying that we have this much of facility. Anyone who is interested can come and join with us. And I request Vice Chancellor to have one Nitte Entrepreneurs Day, wherein we can create a lot of awareness in the region about what are the facilities available with us, what is support ecosystem available for the student to create an enterprise. So this will, if you make an annual event, this is a good point for ranking also, Atal ranking also. So it will be useful for the Atal Incubation Center to get more entries for the startup. Creation of pre-incubation and incubation facilities. There are two important requirements for developing startup. One is a co-working space. Each institute or at university, we can have a common co-working space where someone want to work not between 9 to 5, but between round the clock. They must be given a space. And many times they have an idea, they want to develop proof of concept. So they must be given laboratory support. And we are setting up a world-class fab lab shortly. So anyone who has an idea and can come and develop a proof of concept with us. Strengthen the innovation pathways of institute ready to recognize available in institute answer queries. So someone has done an innovation. So what next? He must have an IPR. The college can help him. Then how to convert that innovative product into a commercial venture. All this information should be made available in the website of the university or institute of higher education. A list of facility available should be published in the website. I request VC to inform all the HOS that we have an Atal Incubation Center, which is available to everybody. So all constituent unit website can have a link saying that we are having a full-paid incubation center. So we will provide all the facilities or the services if someone wants to become entrepreneur. SS2, the most important part of developing startup in the campus is SS2 finance. There are two problems for startup. One is how to go to market. Second is how to find money. I think Atal Incubation Center provides solution to both of this. From next year, we are giving seed money to some of the viable startups in the area of biotech, IT, and agriculture, even medical devices also. Biotech includes the medical devices also. And we have around 15 venture capitalists working with us. So they are saying that if anyone has some innovative ideas, they will work with them. The finance is not a problem. So this is the ecosystem or institutional facilities available for incubation. This is the same thing which I explained to earlier. And a student can be given credit. Suppose we have an MBA program in Nitte, and we have 100 programs, sorry, 100 credit. If a student is working on a project for a startup, he can be given 25 credits. So ACD says that if a student has a viable product, and he can be given 25 credit out of 100 credits. Even in engineering also, so university or college can frame a policy to give credit for doing this kind of activity. When institute provides all the support to a student or a faculty, it can take maximum 2 to 9. Only when institute provides services, then only they can take an equity. There is a case filed in the court recently saying that one student invented a new product in the campus and he has not taken any service from the college. But college says he has used the electricity of the hostel. He was working in the night, so he has taken more electricity. So we must have 5% stake in that. So court said no, you cannot take because you're not given any value-added service to this product. So the policy says only when a college provides a considerable amount of services or supporting it, maybe in the form of co-working space or is given a lab services or a mentoring services, then only you can take a stake. From staff members, you can take 20% when this employee's salary. So if a faculty starts a startup, then a college can take 20% equity in the startup. And startup-led activity is legitimate. So most colleges, faculty members do this startup activity in a secret way. Or most faculty members spend a lot of time in research work because publication is important. So the policy says the faculty appraisal has to be done based on the startup activity undertaken by the faculty members. Instead of publication, if one faculty member says that I will work on a new product development, I will commercialize it, they must be given the full freedom. So this is what the policy says about promotion of entrepreneurship. Building organizational capability, all cannot mentor student to be an entrepreneur. I think we are doing one trainer training program shortly. I request Vice Chancellor to depute one faculty member from each constituent institutes of Nitte University to be part of this. So we need a planned intervention. We need to motivate in a systematic way for the student to become an entrepreneur. The policy says university should hire faculty members with background, industry background, and innovation, fashion for innovation. But if it is not possible, we can train in-house faculty members also. And the department of institute should have linkage with other department so that there will be common pooling of common facilities. There will be interaction with the, like biotech, we have a best laboratory. Engineering college, we have some of the best labs are available. We have some labs. So all this information should be available at a central place. So NITI University can publish in one mainly that what facility we have in the group as a whole for promotion of entrepreneurship. And alumni entrepreneurs, we have to periodically we celebrate. We should celebrate when an alumni become an entrepreneur. He must be invited to the university. He must be. His photo should be published in the website, and this will be an inspiration for the others to become entrepreneurs. This is again I told you. Norms of faculty startup. Faculty member can be mentor, promoter, or consultant to student startup, or he can have a startup with student and alumni as a co-founder. Faculty members not to utilize college research activity or a faculty research for startup activity, but he can, if he uses the services, he has to pay 10 to 50%, 20% equity to the college. And that's a problem in college. The student after final year they go to job and the project is not taken forward. So the policy says that faculty members can develop this project and take student alumni as a co-founder and develop these startups. Learning interventions for EDP. So teaching entrepreneurship is very difficult. Or not teaching, it is motivating student to become entrepreneur is very difficult in the Indian context, because for 200 years I think we have been slaves. Our education system also designed to become a clerk and not to become an entrepreneur. Even though once India was best known for entrepreneurial development, over a period of time our education system has completely destroyed the entrepreneurial spirit, and we have a great responsibility to instill this entrepreneurial spirit. By each institute can have entrepreneurs, student entrepreneurs club. They can organize idea competition, boot camps, hackathons, and innovation entrepreneurship award. And annually, when I say Nitte Entrepreneurship Day, this day they can felicitate some of the students and faculty come up with the best ideas. We can have idea competition also. And innovation champions should be nominated from within the student faculty members for each department. So we must identify these innovation champions and they must be awarded and rewarded for the work they do for promotion of innovation and entrepreneurship. This is very, very important. So this policy says that academic institutions should have a continuous engagement with the industry. So industries have a, Sriniketan also will agree with me that industries have a numerous problem, but they don't have a time to solve this. Academicians, by and large, we have time, except medical, I think they are extremely busy. So industry problem that's what hackathon is all about. Every institute, if we take problem from the industry, it is given to student and faculty, they can co-create a product. So industry gives funding for this product and they may take it from the further development. They can give royalty for the student and faculty who develop this. This is how the knowledge exchange through collaboration partnership should be made a part of institution policy. So unless we don't invite industry expert to institute and share their problems, entrepreneurship is all about finding solution to a problem. If you are aware about the problem, then we can find a solution through innovation and through research. If you are not aware about the problems, then I think this innovation may not happen. If you look at Ola Uber, two guys were waiting for the taxi in the road for 6 hours. They could not get taxi, even though taxi was running in the road. Then they thought, even though taxis are running empty, they could not find out the customers. Customers could not connect to taxis. So Uber came because of that. When Uber was successful, then Ola came into picture. So copying is not bad. You can, so Uber is a innovation, imitation. So it is another product that comes because of imitation. So this kind of a thing should happen continuously in the industry. That's what the policy says. Even the ranking also said that what is your industry collaboration? How many industries shared their problem with you? And how many problems your student and faculty solved this? There must be a conflict mechanism through which we can work closely with the industry. So annually, the innovation, this IIC cell should create an impact assessment. That we are earmarking 1% of the revenue to this kind of activity. And what is success rate? Is it at least 10% of the outgoing student should become entrepreneurs, or at least they must have an idea to become an entrepreneur? This is the impact assessment of the, and your ranking asks for this. What is your mechanism for evaluating your effort in promoting and development program? This policy, I think, is available in this internet is available. You can download that. Now the startup policy. Startup policy is also very interesting. It is supporting the innovation policy of the government. So it's a flagship initiative to the government of India intended to build a strong ecosystem that is conducive for growth of new business. In India, license Raj, we have still license Raj. So it's very difficult to start. You have to go through a lot of legal process to start a new enterprises, and all this is made much simplified with the startup policy. The definition of policy is any enterprise which is having a turnover of less than 100 crores, which is having innovative product, and which doesn't exceed 10 years of existence. Enterprise which doesn't exceed 10 years, doesn't exceed 100 crore turnover, and it should be registered enterprise. The simple way of defining startup is a team should have an innovative idea. The team should be registered as either a partnership, limited liability partnership, or a registered partnership, or a private limited company. If it is not registered, it is not called as a startup. Innovative idea, a team of interested persons. This team should be registered as a partnership, and this idea that they have should be innovative one. If it's a normal one, it is not called as a startup. And in startup policy, there are 19 points. So because of lack of time, I will not discuss all the 19 points, but important among them we'll discuss on this. One is that self-certification compliances. In India, we have 110 labor laws. So the startups are exempted from this following the labor laws for 10 years. And a single point of contact via Startup India Hub. There is a web portal you can apply in that, you'll get a startup recognition certificate. If you fulfill all the requirement of to be a startup, if you apply in the website, we facilitate in Nitte Incubation Center, we facilitate startup to get recognition certificate. It is very, very important. If a startup get a recognition certificate from the government of India, it gets exemption from tax exemption for 3 years. In this 10 years tenure, they can take a 3 years exemption during any time, and they get a loan from the bank at a simple terms without security. They must get a loan, and when they are importing some materials from the foreign countries, and they not follow some of the compliances. This is the one. Second is that startup policy says that uh, all over India, the government has set up 300 incubation centers under different schemes. A new scheme started in 2015 is Atal Incubation Center, and Nitte is very fortunate to get this incubation center. And incubation center are closely aligned with Startup India policy. And this is another NMAMIT. I think they have this old generation IIT, but new generation they need to get this. So this is they get all startup will get a one-time non-recurring loan of 25 lakhs to finance the startups. So startup, as I told you, has two important requirements. They want finance and they want to go to market. They don't know how to sell it. The first thing is when you ask, there are three types of funding options. One is to get a loan. Second is going for a equity participation, that is venture capitalist. Third is a grant from the government. Grant for government is available only for innovative project. If they're solving a social problem, only get a grant. So most cases you have to go for a loan. But if you go for a bank loan, all bankers insist either personal guarantee or hypothecation of the asset. So Government of India came with a new scheme called MUDRA. Under this scheme, without security, startups are given loan 3 category: Shishu up to loan up to 50,000, Kishore scheme where 50,000 to 5 lakh, and Tarun loan from 5 lakh to 10 lakh. This is a wonderful scheme. All startup, all the commercial banks, whether private or public, are mandated to grant loan under MUDRA. We also facilitate our startup get loan under this scheme. The extent is stand-up India scheme where this is for women entrepreneurs and SC/ST, and every bank in a district should identify one woman entrepreneur or SC/ST, and they must be given a loan up to 100 lakh compulsory. This is a scheme for agriculture, agri startup. Smile is another important problem when you apply a loan from the bank is they ask for a owner's contribution. If the requirement is 100 lakh, they won't give you 100 lakh, they give only 70 lakh. 30 lakh has to come from the promoter. This is a universal rule worldwide. So many times startup may not be able to contribute 30%. So there's a scheme for this. It's called Smile Scheme, where SIDBI gives out of 30% owner contribution, 20% come from the SIDBI. It's a fund, 10,000 crore of fund is created by SIDBI. Under this, if you are sanctioned a loan where bank insists for a margin money, you can apply to SIDBI for margin funding, which is not refunded, which is given as an equity to the startup. This is another important CGTMC problem, wherein if you are looking for a up to 1 crore funding, again without security, it is compulsory for the banks to grant loan. But again, only issue is that you must bring in the margin money. For that, you must go for the Smile program. This is another incentive for startup. This is for the dairy. So benefit of the most important part of this Startup India policy is that a startup can apply for recognition certificate, Startup India recognition program certificate. If you get a certificate from the government of India that you are a startup, you get a lot of benefit. Self-certification under labor law and environmental law. We have very stringent environmental law, especially for the manufacturing and startups. So exempted from that. And labor laws, there are around six labor laws which are compulsory for every micro enterprise also, which is exempted for startup. and tax exemption for 3 years. It is easy winding up of a company. So most startups will look at average age is 3 to 5 years. They start, they build and transfer to somebody else. They sell it. So in startup policy, it is easy for to close a company, but otherwise in India, starting companies is easy but difficult, but closing is more difficult than starting a company. But if you're a startup, just with a small, simple application in the portal, you can close the company. Startup patent application and IPR production, there is a reimbursement of the 80% of the funding for IPR application also, and public procurement norms. In if you're applying for e-tender, you have to pay 2 lakh whatever amount as an EMD, or they must have 3 years of existence. All those conditions are not applicable to startup, so you can participate in the public procurement system. A SIDBI fund, if you are having a startup procurement certificate, you can apply for the fund of Red's Smile program where you get a margin money from the SIDBI equity participation. This is the same self-certification of the startup. This is brief about, briefly because I had to join another program at 12 o'clock. Let us spend some time on question and answer.
Yes, sir. Very much thankful. In spite of your busy schedule and today's program, you could join us. One question from my side. We are talking about the startup culture in academic institution.
Yes, sir.
That by faculty and students. Basically, faculty and students are just a medium income. They're worried about business plan, financial management, marketing, and all. Last time also we discussed about this academic curriculum with Ullas Kamath. Now, what is your feeling? The startup culture in India really, like what Ullas Kamath said, it will become startup capital of the globe?
Yeah, because now there are two things are happening in India. One is Indian economy is in a negative growth. We're in a recession. The jobs are not available. So entrepreneurship is not an option; it's compulsory for the youngsters. Second is that the ecosystem is emerging to be an entrepreneur, and the collaboration between industry and academy is happening in a big way. And this will give a lot of chance for the student to become an entrepreneur. I think institute like university like Nitte, I think would actually work towards industry collaboration. Do more hackathons. To find a solution. So industry gives funding for this. Not only funding, they'll handle you to develop a product. So it was a difficult situation for the youngster to start new enterprises, but I think ease of doing business and ease of starting new enterprises, I think is the order of the day now. So more number of students will come to campus as entrepreneurs in the days to come. Now, appraisal system now. Again, the research is not compulsory. If you have come up with a new product, you are given good point in the appraisal.
Dr. Sastry, any questions?
No, I don't have any questions, sir. But good morning, Dr. Achar. It's nice to see you after a long time. Yeah, it was so nicely compiled, and actually it makes our job much simpler. I am associated as a coordinator for startups. Small request, Achar. Can you share that slides with me? That is the thing. I want to go to class and to our PG students and all, and explain that instead of me again struggling. Just requesting you can share it.
Grateful, sir. I'll mail it to you. Sure, sir.
Please mail it to me so that I will every class and try to inculcate this idea, because I don't have to again collect all the data and share it with me, because that is required. As a matter of fact, I am also a beginner. I am also a startup in this startup. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Achar,
Yes, sir.
which was a wonderful presentation. I think it was really opened our eyes regarding innovation. I think a lot of things can be done. Luckily, I have started the University Innovation Council. I think Sriniketan take all these cues from Achar and try to implement in the university. I think in the next 3 to 6 months, we can implement a lot of things, particularly among the students. We can have a lot of competitions. We can best innovator award. all that will do. Definitely will do it. Achar, what is the percentage interest they charge for startups?
Funding, sir.
Funding charge, what is the interest they charge?
Funding from 8% to 12%, sir.
Okay.
But we have a few venture capitalists.
Holiday, tax, holiday, is there interest holiday?
3
Yeah,
years.
1 year. 1 year.
1 year. After 1 year, it will be.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are various things. SIDBI gives very low interest also. There are 1%, yes, sir. So various schemes are there. Venture capitalists are giving some of the people, if our alumni can support, they may give without interest also. Some Achar can find some support.
Financial, finance and marketing will support you. But the desire to become an entrepreneur, you have to develop in the system. And anyone has a desire, will support them to be an entrepreneur.
Already with the Shastri, we have proposed one product now. I think we should bring it to the market immediately. And if at all not for profit, we can say that university has started a startup. I think within the next 1 or 2 months, we can have one startup. That's
Sir,
my
suggestion to you, sir. As Achar has put it, now we have to tell, at least in this region, we have Atal Incubation Center, Technology Enabling Center. We are in the proposing of startup policy. As a group, we will prepare a technical brochure, and parallelly you announce this new product. We will arrange some press conference and details. So we will announce this so that the people know that already people are working and developing some product. As well as we will release a technical brochure, sir. I will come back to you in this regard.
The second request to you, sir, is that this Atal Incubation Center belongs to all the colleges of Nitte University.
Yeah, that's what I request Sriniketan to start a website from the university of the innovation entrepreneurship and the council.
Okay.
Activity can be included in that. Even you can include Acharya's activities there, what is happening in.
Yeah, we can to converge that activities.
Actually, this 5 days EDP is wonderful. I think our people also could have participated, enrolled. So wonderful ideas we get.
One more for Nitte group only.
Yeah, we'll have one more here. Yes.
We have 5 Sundays.
Sriniketan sir, we have received 4 proposals. Maybe it is in a very, very rudimentary state, but other day we put an advertisement, I mean, the awareness to the students. No, they 4 proposals have come to me already, which will be forwarded. Maybe it is not in a very good shape or form. That is our job to bring it into a shape. Having said that, I think, Vice Chancellor sir, we have to give a little bit more publicity through newspapers and widespread. People other side also should know, which is not happening right now. I think we should go for newspaper and making at least one big presentation, write up about our center, and so that common man also will come to know about it. That will be the way ahead. Because earlier, 4 or 5 years back, what 5 proposals we got, it's all from outside, not from university. I think same can be taken forward and developed further. Yeah, happy to say that 4 students have come. I mean, I saw that it is not very great, this one. Nevertheless, enthusiasm is more important. Then we
want to see that Professor Shastri will mentor them, convert that ideas to prototypes and products in the near future. Thank you all. Now a formal vote of thanks by our member, Dr. Ravi from the Dental College.
It is indeed my privilege to propose a vote of thanks. Dr. A.P. Achar, that was an excellent, very informative lecture indeed. As our Vice Chancellor sir has said, all of us are infants in this particular topic. You have highlighted the policies of the National Innovative Policy as well as the startup, which was very, very informative and very much required for all of us. So on behalf of the Nitte University, I thank you very much for that excellent lecture. Thank you, sir. So on behalf of the Institutional Innovation Council, sir, a big thanks to our Vice Chancellor, Professor Satish Kumar Bandari, for encouraging and being a big pillar of support for all our activities. Thank you, sir. So our sincere thanks to Professor Muditaya sir, Registrar Madam Alka, Professor Sadhana Deshmukh, the Director of Staff Development Cell of our university, Professor Sriniketan sir, the Chairman of Institutional Innovation Council, all the heads of the constituent colleges, all the members of Institutional Innovation Council, faculty and all the students who have actively participated in the program. So thanks to one and all, and wishing all of you a very happy and prosperous new year. We sign off here. Thank you very much. Thank you.